Today on the Tim Marner podcast show, the 100th podcast show for the second time, because fucking Will has fucked up the audio on the first one, so we're doing this again. Hopefully we forgot about everything. Lee Robinson, my business partner, my friend for 12, 13, 14 years.
Has it been that long?
Must be. I think it was 15 years in my mum's for a year. Then I met you. Yeah, it's got to be like that. It's got to be 14 years. Where do we start? Wait, I don't want to bore ourselves again. Portugal. Should we start in Portugal? We talked about Portugal last time, our first director's holiday.
That started everything.
It was, Can you actually remember the point? Did we talk about this? Where would you be my business partner? Have we ever actually had that discussion?
No, I don't think we ever sat down officially, did it? I don't know.
How did we get here then?
I'm not sure.
Did you ever say to you, will you be my business partner?
I can't remember. You didn't get down on one knee and out. I can't remember, to be honest.
That's the last time I drunk that, you know.
I think what it was more concerned about, meeting customers in hotel foyers all the time as we were landing bigger clients, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We needed a base, really, and I think that's where it come from. Probably all launched from the Brassica side of things, didn't it? That's probably when we finally realised we needed somewhere, fixed sort of thing to bring clients, really.
Yeah. And it weird we never had that conversation. Will you be my business partner?
We did have a chat, obviously, because we kept the name as Tim Marner, didn't we?
Yeah,
we didn't really come up with a new name or anything like that.
Yeah.
But with your photography and everything at the time, it seemed like the no-brainer, didn't it? Because you're social, I wasn't doing social, was I?
I think how he's changed. Like, we were talking about the other day, weren't we? We were known for our photography, weren't we? Like, that was our thing, that photography, and it's like, we fucking don't do any photography.
Yeah, it was your thing, obviously, when I met you. Drawn a lot of people in, really, didn't it?
Yeah.
I think. I don't know if you've lost the love for it or whatnot, I don't know.
It's not that I've lost the love for it, but it's like every Tom, Dick and Harry's a photographer now, aren't they? And they just pick up a camera and it's like, you can't get paid the money for everything that you do. How much money do we lose doing photography? Because of the conceptual side and the direction and, where people are just rocking up with a little camera now going...
Yeah, and being charged off the council after the event.
Yeah.
And models not turning up and all the hassle that comes with
that. Yeah, them big shoots we used to do.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Hale, we're not at Hale anymore, so Hale Country Club's not doing the campaigns, and the fellas obviously don't do as much now as they used to. Like you said, everyone's got a camera now on the phone, decent quality, haven't they?
Yeah.
And, a lot of social needs to be more real, doesn't it, than, staged, I think.
What are you enjoying doing the most at the minute? I know it's a bit hard at the minute saying it like, but what are you loving doing?
I don't know. I find it a little bit hard to motivate a little bit now. I don't know, because probably the programming stuff down at Bruce, I think.
Yeah.
Writing software for call centres and the really complicated stuff where you're getting into it. Even working with Andy and teaching Andy and bouncing ideas off each other. You don't realise when you're building something in that depth. Even I used to just do it in my own head. You know what I mean? I have all the logic in my head. I didn't know how to apply it on paper or write it down. And you don't realise how much it is when you've got a second person behind you, bouncing ideas. Because it's like anything, you can build it, but which is the correct way to build it. There's that many different pros and cons to the way a piece of software works. And then obviously, like I said, going back to when we used to build websites together. Yeah. Even though you was hopeless building websites, it was really useful. You sat over me because, like I said, it wouldn't stop me, would I? I just keep going and trying to make it perfect. And the OCD side, it comes out. And, you need someone to say stop. That works. Move on.
So we went. Started kind of at my mum's, doing a little bit, and then. Was it again? John Harvey, weren't it? John Harvey. I was looking for a site because Hale Country Club said, "Oh, we need a website." Then we went. I said, "Oh, meet this guy." Met you in the village, and then we worked together for a little bit. We did a few different projects, didn't we? Man Up, Hale.
Yeah, Hale, Man Up. Obviously, Jim etc. come hand in hand with that.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a couple more. Obviously, Brassica, but that was probably just at the end of, or just at the start where we formed the company.
Yeah.
Um,
Then we were working from the village for the majority of the time. Then we went to your mum's for a while.
Yeah, I mean, meeting, obviously driving down to the village every morning and working out there, spending a fortune.
Yeah,
we just sat around that table every day, 9 to 5. I'm surprised they didn't get rid of us. If it wasn't for spending us probably 100 quid a day in food and coffees at Starbucks, they'd have probably got rid of us. Yeah, I don't know why we ended up at my mum's working.
I think it's because of Louis. Like Louis, you kept having to pick Louis up and stuff, didn't you, from school and that. So we were like,
So it was just local.
So we used to pick him up, go to Beefeater, have a little bit of that, and then crack on with work.
Yeah, because I did have an house before then, didn't I? I'd sold that house, so I was back at my mum's.
Yeah.
Like I said, and then it was more, I think, deadlines, working at deadlines, wasn't it? Yeah. Like I said, we spoke about it before, about us sat there round the clock, working on Man Up and sites, just trying to get it done on time for launches and bloody countdown clocks and all that crap that comes with it. People wanting them launch dates.
Yeah, because remember you just like making, what were you used to have? Was it shepherd's pie? What do we used to bang in oven? What was them little, was it shepherd's pie? What were it?
Yeah, cottage pie
and that, yeah.
Yeah, just
cottage pie. Then used to sit to your right, you were sat at your mum's little dining table and then you started doing websites and talking to me about what you're doing. And I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. But it was like your way of getting out of your head, you need to bounce something off somebody, even though I was like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm an indecisive
person, which, you know, and I can talk myself out of things that easy in my own head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I think it boils down to even like I don't like taking chances. I like that stable path, don't I?
Yeah.
Even from the way I am, you know, in here when we have stuff, deadlines or stuff to meet and things like that. So it goes down to that. I talk myself out of stuff all the time. So having that voice of reckoning or voice of reason over my shoulder sometimes telling me, you know, stop, it's done, that's it, it's good enough or whatnot. That works for me. Like I said, I'm writing complicated software now and stuff like that. Like I said, which, you know, even though we formed 10 years ago, really, a lot of people probably don't know sort of what I do in terms of, well, you know, obviously it's more business led now, management led. But before then, it's all the software side of it, like I said. Because it was all, you know, buying into you with the photography, the branding, everything else, but they didn't know behind the scenes, you know, all the other stuff, which is the bit I like, you know, fixing things and, you know, solving problems for companies when they've got multiple software, you know, they need to work together, you know what I mean?
How do you feel about doing the business side and stuff and doing that bit?
That doesn't bother me. I feel like you get a bit lazy, don't you? So then when work does come your way, like the project I'm on at the moment, just getting back into that. I do like it though, depends on what it is. I do like getting my hands on a bit, but you just can't do both, can you? Sometimes, do you know what I mean? And
it's good to do, you know what I mean? I was thinking about over the weekend, and it's like, you know what I mean, we're doing the manager bit now, and you kind of looking at the ads and how getting the dropping the leads in and stuff like that. I feel like you're really good at doing that.
Again, I think it is because of the way I do think. I put my head in loads of different scenarios. Like
when you're thinking about the timing, what the Facebook ads are going on and stuff, I'm like, I wouldn't even think of that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I enjoy that though.
Do you know?
I don't think I could sit there and do it for a lot of other companies. No, I don't know. It's too many variables, I think. Where I'd be just questioning myself all the time with it. Because I don't think there's any right or wrong with it. It moves all the time, doesn't it? Advertising, but getting to know your audience and stuff like that. I said with the Facebook stuff, you know, do you want someone who's going to be online at 3 a.m. on a bloody Tuesday night who sends you a lead? Yeah. You know what I mean? He's probably going to be drunk and not that sort of person, you know, that you want. Like I said, you get the mindset, you want the older mindset, you want the people who are up early and on it, don't you? So why do you want to be advertising at that time and capturing them people and wasting money on it? That's the way I've come to do it. Proof's in the pudding though, yeah, but like I said, we've had a good spell of it, I think.
Yeah, we've had a good spell, haven't we? When we first did the Facebook ads, man, they were like fucking firing, weren't they?
Again, it's like going back to the manager thing, we need to get that launch, I think. Finished the little bits we need to do on that, because that'll be massive, like I said. When you see the leads come through and then automating it and stuff like that, the things you can do. Like I said, that AI thing this morning and stuff, they're the things people are going to really like.
Yeah, it's smart, man.
Imagine you've got a website with, I don't know, you know, something even to do with health in some way, and you can have it feed off your website. So you can educate, you know, visitors to the website when they ask the questions, because it's learnt, you know, all your pages, all your FAQs, which will be a thing of the past now, FAQs, won't they? You just ask the AI, won't you, on your website, and he'll give them the answer. But yeah, that's worked really well.
Did you think about how far we've come?
No.
You never do that, do you?
No. Are you ever happy? Probably me not. It's always weird.
You do though. You do though.
I think it's a delicate process as well. You know, you say how far we've come, but it can be all ruined if you take it out of the bottle, can't it? You've got to really I think, be on it all the time.
Yeah, massive. I mean, you know, we're talking about it all the time, don't we? About like me when I first started doing into the word of mouth, ridiculous. We never did any paid advertising.
No, mad. It was weird, you know, all that time, really. I mean, never really run after, did we? Like, again, your photography talk volumes, I think. People stop for a picture, especially if it's a unique picture, you know, and then from then on, you've got their attention, haven't you? Yeah. It does work. Just like you said, people are doing it more and more. It's not as good, but then I get, you know, people don't have money for photo shoots, do they? Yeah, so imagine. So yeah, going back to our little trip away, our little director's thing. That was the start of it, I think, wasn't it?
I don't know. You know what my memory's like? It's crap in it, and I went.
No, that was we officially a company then?
No, I don't think so. We were. I don't know. We were weighing each other up or stuff like that.
We were just busy grafting, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, we did a lot of that, didn't we? A lot of the grafting, where we're doing a lot more strategical stuff now. I mean, obviously, you've had your fucking eyes changed.
Yeah, literally. Oh, do you know, I was like Stevie Wonder on the laptop. Oh, it was horrible when it got to because obviously being a programmer and writing software, you know, especially if it's complicated stuff, and then, you know, I'm like, I'd get in that panic mode, when I can only describe it. It's like writing a book, you know, and I can't pick up one book and start, you know, getting on that for an hour, then doing another one. I go into a zone. So what I usually do is if I've started to write something, I'll get a few weeks out of it. Obviously, I might not finish it in one hit, but if I've come away for some reason, whatever's going on here, and I've got to get back on it. I've got to ease myself back into it to get back into that mindset. But it's a bit like method acting in a way, you know, the way they have to really get into it. Then when I'm flowing, and I start to enjoy it then, but it's daunting getting back into it again. And I bet writers like that. Yeah. You know, a writer, when they stop writing something, they have to come back to it. Think, how am I going to ever get time to get back into that? But once I'm in it, I enjoy it. You know, once my mind's in that logical thing. But going back to like what we were saying then, I'd be up all night on it, because once I was in it, and like I said, I bet writers do the same. They lock away in a cupboard, don't they? And they're on it for a month, aren't they, or whatnot. But yeah, it got to that point where no matter what I did with the laptop, no matter what moved my eyes, anything, I could not see. I was writing code, but couldn't tell the difference between A's and O's and stuff like that, because my eyes are bad. And I went, honestly, it was like Stevie Wonder on a laptop. Crazy. Like I said, getting my eyes done helped, but they're still bad now. I still can't do the hours I used to do. Body just bloody tells me no.
What hours that, mate, weren't it? 2-3 o'clock in the morning.
It's the only way it can be done though, and that's probably why I've lost, not the love for it now, but why I don't do it as much, is because I know the detrimental effect on my body it has if I start a big project, which is why you told me not to do it anymore, didn't you? You said it's not worth the hassle, but then I feel a bit of a spare part sometimes. I'd rather focus on us internally, I think. You know,
that's, I think, what's been nice, mate, about changing you know, the grafting side of it, and just kind of being and looking at the strategical stuff. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not good at it. You're good at it, but it's.
I mean, again, it's
exciting. I get excited about doing it, knowing.
Yeah. I mean, in an ideal world, if money was an object and we could completely relax, you know, and like I'm not teaching, like you said, doing that other software for them other companies and that, and we could purely focus on it. I'd love to focus on stuff we talked about, having a Tim Marner app, you know, helping people and talking about, you know, where somewhere they can all, as a community, bounce off each other, because I think in numbers it's very good. Everyone's on the same journey, aren't they? In business, you know. I do think that I'd love to focus on all that, but you know, like even when I've got excited and about, look at this, I can build this for us and that. Yeah, I know where it's going to lead, man, and everything else gets neglected then, because that's where my mind has to be. I can't multitask, mate. I think my mind's on one thing.
What's the biggest thing that's changing you since doing this, you reckon?
Doing what? Doing the company?
Do you think you'll be the same person if your eyes aren't like starting getting bad? Do you think you'd be still doing them late nights, or do you think you've got a little bit more of a strategical?
A lot of the late night stuff originally were websites originally, and gone are the days where I could sit and go through content, you know, like I used to, because it doesn't interest me that, you know. I like saying I'm a logical thinker, but I probably would. It depends on the project. I think I'd like to just focus on us, I think, making us leading our industry in a different way, you know what I mean? You've talked about having a fly on the wall, like documentary sort of style, and, you know, seeing that, you know, which you've always been quite transparent on social, haven't you? Too transparent sometimes.
Too transparent, yeah.
But I think I'd just love to focus on it and have our own app and have our own unique stuff, you know what I mean? Where people are coming to us for that reason. Again, it's just whether or not if I find the time to do it, you know, without taking you off the ball there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm like for worrying.
Yeah, I mean, mate, fucking hell, if it weren't for you, we'd be fucked. We'd be gone ages ago. Wouldn't we, if it weren't for you?
I'm a bit of a grim, aren't I?
Yeah, no, but without that, like, what I mean, just walking around on fucking clouds, like, with like unicorns, everything's going to be all right.
Yeah,
I know.
You're giving it away for free all the time. You do get the moments. We'd love to go back and give everything for free, but you've got wages to pay, your people's livelihoods here as well, haven't you? You know, people got mortgages to pay and stuff like that. You can't do that. Gone at days like, say, we were living out working out my mum's for nothing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And you've not got them worries and bills and stuff like that. You can't. I think people understand that though. Yeah. You know.
I think you're doing the Free Fridays thing again, mate, is kind of tapping back into that, you know. Obviously it's a business move, it's a strategical move, but, you know, there is something getting back to, when we were really busy, we were doing Free Fridays, when we were doing that and...
Yeah, you've got to wait, like you said, you're always wary of people just coming in nicking your ideas, and, you know, we're in an industry where we're going to deal with a lot of startups, and I bet 90% of startups fail, don't they?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And people have dreams and stuff like that, but you do get them nuggets in there, that's the problem, don't you? You know. I think as a collective, if it got that busy as a collective, doing it as a group in some way would be able to benefit customers because more of them could get on it, can't they? Not wasting your time as much. Yeah. Because I bet there's some stuff you say to some that are, you know, they're all unique, but the morals and the journey and the foundation, say, and the way, you know, the brand is, it's all the same message, isn't it? Yeah. Just how you relay the message, really. Yeah. Don't know.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of Portugal. We sat around that little fucking thing grafting on. Was it Man Up? Nah. What were we working on?
It was YL. He was doing a new gym exercise and he was writing all the pathways for gym etc. All the marketing. For all the monthly, daily emails that were going out, and that YL was a nightmare. We had to duplicate everything, didn't we? Because it wouldn't save on the first click. So you found yourself copying and pasting all the stuff all the time. I think that was just gym etc. stuff, I think that. And then
that was my 40th, weren't it? It's my 40th birthday.
Yeah.
Mad,
so
isn't it?
10 years, that's what I'm saying. So I feel like Tim Marner, official Tim Marner, the company wasn't formed yet. I think that's where we probably discussed it, you know, and we went away around then. That's when we probably did.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Because you remember I was Fish Digital at the time, what you branded me as, didn't you? Yeah. Because I remember I had my camera, didn't we? We were messing about the camera on the water and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't think we was Tim Marner then, was we? Because I was messing with Fish Digital stuff, and I think you had that couple of...
that was it.
Brands,
Yeah.
Like one with a...
Fucking hell, what's it called? Abandoned Ship.
Yeah, Abandoned Ship. Like I said, I think Man Up come just after that, didn't it?
I think it did, yeah. Yeah, it was the last drink I ever had, that.
Last drink you ever had?
Yeah, last drink I've ever had, yeah.
I had a few. I think I was sore through jumping in the water, doing the Spider-Man thing, messing with the shutter speed.
Fucking hell, I forgot about that. A mint shot, that, weren't it?
Yeah, I still got it somewhere, haven't I? It's somewhere, isn't it?
Yeah, that was sick, that, weren't it?
I've not done holiday since, I don't think.
No.
I know you haven't, have you?
No, I think I've had 2 days off in 10 years. It's what it is, isn't it? I love it so much, mate. I do love it. I love talking to people.
You like that, don't you? You know, you like the people side of it. Like I said, I'm more of a lock myself in a cupboard and get it done that way.
Yeah.
Weird.
Just one won't work without other though, would it? Because it'd just be like you've got to get both sides to your business, haven't you? You got to get both sides to it. There's what you do. You know what I mean? What's more important? I probably said what you do is more important, to be honest.
We wouldn't have anything, would we? If we won't for what you did.
I know, but you could still have a business, couldn't you? It'd like actually last the test of time. But, you know, with like a balloon, the fucking, you know, magic fairy dust bit, without that bit, it's just like fucking gone within 6 months. That's what I love about Manager, you know, getting the system in place for us.
Yeah, it's massive, which is where we're ready to launch it, you know. It's just for what people are paying, like you said, for MailChimp, what do we say?
Hootsuite.
HubSpot, Hootsuite.
Yeah, HubSpot.
There's hundreds of them. Yeah. That funnel one.
Yeah.
there's the automations on account what it is, and the way they're pricing them now is ridiculous. I don't know how businesses manage with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? MailChimp, the way it builds you just to sit a list there and hold it there.
Yeah.
You know, so like having that do everything.
Yeah, I love it after we've done a brand reveal.
Not fair, but the thing is, we're probably using 5% of it,
yeah.
And we're learning as we go. Not learning the software, but learning how to apply it and the best paths. You know, it's made our sales sort of process slicker, but also thinking about it.
Yeah.
You know, even that the other day. You know, like I said, the AI getting the stuff on, and then as soon as you start opening a conversation via the social media channels, it's adding it as a prospect anyway there and then.
Yeah.
Which is quite good. There's tons to it now, you know, from signing the documents, obviously the email marketing and the social media stuff. Like I said, they're doing WhatsApp now, WhatsApp live chat for it on your website. I don't know the benefits of that necessarily, but
I think it feels a bit more human, I think, by using WhatsApp, because
WhatsApp was more
obviously WhatsApp have built their brand up, haven't they, as like a human interaction.
Contact forms a thing of the past. Everyone wants an immediate response nowadays. They want to see that little online button show up, don't they, when you're talking to someone, to know you're not talking to, you know, just a dead message that's going to sit in an inbox to them under. I think with a live chat on WhatsApp on your website, you know, it creates that little bit of a, I don't know, you're more likely to click it, aren't you, than fill a form in and wait, you know, till Monday for a reply. Even though you're not there to answer it sometimes, it's still people do that. Like I said, we have it on our marketing, don't we?
Yeah.
Like I said, live chat's handy, definitely. I wasn't a fan of it at first, and I'm still not a fan of it on help sites where you're just trying to speak to a person like the bank. I find that very annoying because they're never going to give you an answer for that. But yeah.
What's the most enjoyable project you've worked on? What have you loved doing?
Like I said, I'd probably go. I mean, we've done some really in-depth websites, haven't we? You know, where they've had to do stuff like Hail, Athelis, where we've had to build the booking systems. You know, the barriers. You know, the membership platform, all talking together. But if you're going back to the call centre stuff, the stuff I've done for the channels and that, it's because of the in-depth, you know, it wasn't just a good piece of software as an ongoing thing. Actually, Microsoft still release version whatever, and Apple do, because there's no end to it. You know, you're always progressing and stuff. Things change and processes become, you know, people sit back and think, wait a minute, it should be done this way, or even laws change, don't they? So with the proper call centre software, and which I'm saying it's call centre software, it's a CRM, isn't it, really? But an in-depth one, you know, when it's dealing with all documents coming in, e-signing them, you know, scanning stuff coming in and then sending it off to be printed in leads in a factory, you know, and then barcoded back in and stuff like that, and you're writing all that and seeing all the staff use it, you know. It's quite a good feeling, really. You know what I mean? And then you're talking,
I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, but then you're looking at something that's, you know, potentially, you know, can turn over 50 million. Just for a piece of software being slick, you know, without a small workforce.
Do you reckon you've always had OCD? Did you think a mild form of OCD? What is the...
I'm saying I never got OCD, I don't know. I find it's got worse because I don't want to walk around the house now. And putting things in places and cleaning up. And I'm not the cleanest person, but when I just like...
No, when you got your teeth into something you like, it's got to be right. I'm like, fucking hell, like...
Yeah.
You can't let it go.
I used to think it's one person. Like, with you sometimes I feel like, you know, you're good at what you do, but then you're happy with it and you'll move on. Whereas I'm like picking at it. So when it comes from you doing it at first, I used to think, well, maybe it's just Tim the way Tim is, but you're not the only one who goes, you know, right, just leave that. Even Andy does it when I teach him, and I'll go, but I can't leave like that. And especially half doing something, especially with code, if you don't get it finished and move on to the next bit, again, it's like writing a book and then you've got to revisit it. You have to get your head in that space again. What was I doing? Why have I written it that way? You know, what was the mindset? And then you waste a day getting back in that headspace. So I like to finish something and then move on, so I don't have to revisit it again. Like I said, the stuff I'm doing at the moment, for Athelis, you know, the event booking thing and stuff like that.
Yeah, but you'll do it everything, even putting a TV up. You're like Mr. Perfect with everything.
Yeah. I mean,
it's not a bad thing, is it? It's like a good thing. Like, but I feel like there's a point where it like taps into you.
I think OCD is if I looked at it later on, it's great, you know, I mean, it doesn't once it's passed. So while I'm doing it, I feel like if I want something done right, I do it right while I'm there.
I don't even know what OCD is, to be honest.
No, I'm not sure. I do feel like I am more. I mean, I suppose I have, you know, because I can't stop things on odd numbers and things. Do you know what I mean?
No, I don't. But go on.
I'm trying to think of examples, you know, like when you got something on your phone or something, you know what I mean, like, and it's a number and it's so not rounded up, or I'll leave it and I'll go back and I'll just put it on the like a rounded number or even it out. I can't think what.
So if I said to you,
let's say it was even a budget on Facebook advertising, and I just randomly picked a number, and it's got 52p somewhere, I'd go back and round it off. Do you know what I mean?
So when I put petrol and it says £50 does that absolutely like?
No, do you know what?
I don't do it on purpose.
No, it doesn't. No, I try and stop. No, I try and stop it on the no, I won't mess about there. But forever, won't I? Try to stop that on an even number, and it goes again. I've been there for hours. I just spent about 300 quid on petrol. No, but like I said, it must be a form of, because certain things I'll revisit the numbers and I don't like it. It's like writing notes, going back to coding. Again, when I was doing stuff with Andy, you know how it's got to be tabbed right and neat, because it's got to be easy to read. You know.
Yeah.
You know, it's probably like taking someone's notes again on a writing, the scruffy writing. Someone's got to understand it. So I'm like dead neat with my tabbing, and I have a go at him quite a lot, because he can open stuff up there, and it's just like a jumble cell. You know, trying to doing the tabs are quite important in coding, so you can see where stuff's opened and closed and stuff like that. But that writing comments and stuff like that. I tend to title case everything now as well, which is pretty annoying. I don't know why, because it doesn't look right, does it? If you don't title case.
I do that, to be honest.
It's weird, isn't
Yeah.
Well, we've always gone about design, haven't we? You know, you can teach design, you know what I mean, and stuff, but you've got to have it, I think. And I think that is a form of that. I think a designer, if they can, I said to you sometimes, I might not agree with a design, but if I can look at it and it doesn't grate on me, it doesn't annoy me, it just sits, doesn't it? You know, I'm all right with it. You know, even though it might not be my style. And I think all designers are like who've got it can just let it go, can't they? Do you know what I mean? You might have gone, I might have done that a different way, but there's a feng shui to it. There's something that's not annoying. And I think all designers have OCD to a degree, because they won't let that ride. If you know, going on with your 3/3 or whatever it was. What do you call it?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Rule third,
and stuff like that. If it doesn't sit in that like a photograph, it grates on you, doesn't it? So that must be a form of OCD in a way, because you can't let it go, can you?
Yeah, that's true.
No, I think it does. Like I said, we used to do stuff in here, like I said, and.
What's been your best brand that you've looked at then in that and then go, oh fucking hell, I love that?
What that you've done?
That we've all done.
It's hard, because I feel like some don't get the chance. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where we've done really good ones and then they've not really took off. Yeah. Because it's easy to say Phyllis and stuff like that. You know, they were always going to work because of the backing you had behind them. Stu and Andy are good guys. They know what they're doing. Been there before. Yeah. So it's easy to say that's a good, nice. It is a good brand. You know, the meaning behind it and stuff. But I do think there's somewhere you could, you know, when you see it and you think these could be big, it just looks like, you know, it should be on the telly, it's massive, and then, you know, it just doesn't work out for whatever reason. The ones I could probably like, I like Barefaced Groceries. I thought it was a cool name for like an organic or whatever it was, or, you know, no nonsense grocery store. The logo was dead clever, wasn't it? You know what I mean? The silhouette and stuff. I love Kitchen. I thought Kitchen was a dead clever idea. You know, the name as well. And the market, you know, there's a market for it, you know, why not do it for kids, you know. Adults are eating healthier now, why shouldn't the kids be, you know what I mean? Obviously it was a certain space. I'm trying to think of another one. You've done quite a few, but I feel like they never really got off the ground running, you know, them. And they're the ones I could have seen. I could have seen Barefaced being a delivery van, like is it a Kado's, what it's called, you know, something like that, couldn't you? You could have seen that, couldn't you? Done that many, I'm trying to think.
Imagine how many we've done. I can't even put a figure on it.
They're the ones that I really like, and I thought, you know, I've seen them being big and clever. But you've done loads. You know what? Animals, not a bad little one, I think. You know.
Still going, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not a bad little brand. That's solid, isn't it?
Yeah, solid. Good name.
We've got tons
trademark.
of them there, but let's talk about the ones that didn't make it. Maybe I don't know.
Mad, isn't it?
It's funny when you come up with someone you think this is brilliant, and then the client doesn't like it, and you're thinking you're crazy.
Yeah.
Where they want to be, what
that's, I mean,
AAC builders, whatever. Shows up in the yellow pages first.
No,
you know what I mean? A lot of builders and construction cannot get away from that. It's just got to say their name, or it's got to say, there's no feeling to it. Like I said, it's all because of the yellow pages, and like I said, the alphabet in it, who was first at the top. But all builders can't come, you know, just can't get away from that. We had that Premium Summit one come to him, and you give him a good name, and they tried several companies, I think, first, and then what did he come away with? Just another word for premium on it. And I'm thinking, people think the brand...
It was Surfed, weren't it? That's, I think, I was saying to Gaz over there, we're just like, look, people come in with what they want, but we give them what they need, but they won't take what they need sometimes, because they still, this is what I want.
like I said to you before, people, because they don't have the brand done proper and it doesn't have any value, doesn't have any history, no real depth to it, when business struggles, the first thing they do is look at the competition, and they might change their logo to pink next week and they'll follow suit because they think that's what the answer is. Come on, businesses are built on word of mouth and reputation, and that's what a brand is, isn't it? It's a different way of getting your reputation across in different media formats.
1,000,000%.
Whether or not it's tone, whether or not it's,
How was that changed, that way of thinking over the years with you, like when me and you first set up, coming to, you saying that a brand's reputation was exactly what it is?
Well, it was, years ago, it's word of mouth, wasn't it? And that's basically what it is, but it stretches further because you can't, as word of mouth, you've only got a certain reach, haven't you, a certain area. Yeah. So it's how that's, these marketing people years ago, who started to, do the advertising on the TV and that, knew that, didn't they? Yeah. And what you're doing is you're sort of creating that word of mouth, if you like, but through the feel of your brand. They might even, some companies might even not have even dealt with you, but they like what you're about, and they'll buy just because of that, won't they? What was your question again?
That, you've just said it. It's just, I wondered how
my view was different.
When you first started.
The thing is, to me, I didn't. I knew what a brand was. I'll be honest with you, I'm not really, I wouldn't say I'm a brand in a way. I was all more about the look and feel of it, me originally, when I used to do my own stuff. Because again, I've got that design aspect with you where it's got to be right, and I'm not one to sit.
You've always got a good eye for design, haven't you? You've always had a good eye for design.
Yeah, I mean, I don't go down the path that you do in terms of psychological stuff and the tone of voice and that. Yeah. I've just wanted something that's solid, timeless in a way, which is what you design, isn't it? People think it's simple design, but just because someone used to use clip art and make a nice gradient and make it like gold or something like that, it'd be bloody out of date next week, won't it? They got to think of that, haven't they? So I always had a good good eye for design, but I never really went into the depth of the tone of voice and stuff. I suppose maybe it's the era I was in, social, it was only up and coming. It wasn't that, for a normal company, it wasn't a big deal, was it? No. Then, because you wasn't on stage as you are now, you're not in the, you're not online, you've got your own channel, so to speak. People who are bothered about it, your big companies who are on telly, Whereas now everyone's on telly in a way with social channels, aren't they? So it's been.
I've been talking to people for ages about doing it. I want cameras in my rooms that I could video, and everyone's like, "No, you'll need to ask permission." And fucking no one gives a shit now. You know what I mean?
Not.
I try to get cameras on people's faces all the time. But you can't do that. I don't want to be on camera. Just this is the way it's going. This is the way brands will communicate the message. We need to be there.
Like I said, people focus on the wrong thing, and like I said, I've said to you before, I always worry when you have a company that rebrands too much, Yeah. Because they've not got it right. It's not they've not got the brand right. You could have someone design a better logo than you, and yours not be, let's say, as attractive. But if they've not got the foundations right of what the brand is, and even the origin of how it's come to that, then they always question question it, don't you? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I just think, and again, when you get them to design it themselves, or it's like that, innit? Someone can spend 10 grand on a car, spend 100 grand on a car, and they'll value the 100 grand car as it being better. It might not be better, to be honest, but it's because you paid more for it, you know what I mean, and stuff like that you generally don't question it. Yeah,
the stuff that Gaz has done, visually wise, does not strike a chord with me, but once he's told me the message and the meaning, I'm like, cool, mate, it's perfect for that company. But I don't particularly like it. But it's not about me, it's about what's perfect for that business. And I know it feels right and the meaning behind it for them.
Again, like I said, I think once you comp it up and you apply it, that's massive. Like I said, 90% of logos, we just put them on paper here, it'd be like, that's okay. Yeah. But then when you apply it to life and then you can see the vision.
Oh, I can see that working.
The vision, wow, that's good, that. And when you come up with that foundation, it also creates your marketing avenues as well, doesn't it? With your tone of voice and everything. All of a sudden you've got this thing you can then use as your anchor for advertising, Do
you ever sit and think about what's happened? Do you ever think about the fact that me and you was there and then we got this place and then we just me and you sat in that big room there and then...
Oh, it was that? Yeah, it's quite looking at the place here now, to think there was only 3 of us in initially, wasn't there? Was it just me, you and Jenna? Yeah. Original... Yeah, and I never thought we'd fill it with people.
Mad, isn't it?
Yeah, I always thought it was too big a space.
I look back on it and think to myself, when we actually, what were we doing? As in, what did we want sometimes? Did we want to fill it with people?
I don't think we had a choice. I think we were that busy.
Yeah.
I didn't think we felt about that. We were that busy. We knew we had to come away from hotel foyers and meeting people there. If we were gonna, have some, big clients come in and stuff like that. And then obviously, I think we were just inundated with work. I think we were forced into it in a way, weren't we?
Yeah. Yeah, it's mad that, isn't it? Because we never actually sat down. I mean, we're doing it a lot more now, aren't we? Which is really cool. After nearly 10 years, we decided to, should we have a think about what we really want and how we're going to get to there? Right, okay, so we need to get this many branding jobs, we need to do this to actually get to...
Yeah, because the problem is, any other thing you do, you never taught to look at the bigger picture, look at training, losing weight, or, you know what I mean? They don't take a look at losing a stone, they take a look at that pound every day or whatever it is. And then you hiking, I look at my feet when I walk, I look in the distance, look at that big mountain ahead. Yeah. Business is a bit different, isn't it? Yeah. You're looking at everyday stuff, you don't actually gain anything, you've got to, and it's only minor tweaks, but you've got to look at that bigger picture. Keep pulling yourself back from that, don't you, like we did the other day, and have a look and go, wait a minute, we sit down on paper, if this is where we want to be, let's work backwards. Have we got the people downstairs to be able to achieve that? You know what I mean? But you get that. Like I say, it was worse when we were working.
Doing. You can't look at that, can you?
But even then, even me now, I'm not fully. I'd like more time to do it. Yeah. I'd like to be in a better position where we could do that. I think, like I said, when you were going out doing your revisiting people, doing your little, helping people, I think that has a massive impact on people. Not just helping people, but obviously on the business. I never understood why people went round, even on telly, helping people, doing doing stuff for nothing and things like that. And the knock-on effect's massive. Like I said, look at lockdown, all the brands you helped during lockdown, and the attention we got off that. Not to mention all the good reviews,
It's hard to get the because I am literally doing podcasts and stuff for myself because I love doing it, but I'm not stupid. I know the knock-on effects of the business. When I do free jobs, I'm doing it because I truly want to do it, but I know the knock-on effect from it can be that. Some people don't, they can go, I'm not really arsed, they can go either way they would kind of want to go, but making sure that my intentions are still true and they're doing it, make sure I'm not doing it for business. I'm trying to keep myself still grounded. Yeah,
it's right.
It's so hard with networking meeting, when we went to that networking meeting, I'm like, oh my God, this is really fucking me up here.
I'm not against network meeting, not against networking, but I just feel, no, I'm not against networking, they're all different, aren't they? I just find sometimes, again, it's just all sellers. It's LinkedIn, innit? It's just where LinkedIn come from at the end of the day.
Face-to-face LinkedIn.
Everyone's selling stuff, aren't they? No one's buying. But I think once you let your guard down in them, and I think you're in them a long time, and everyone's not trying to sell you something every week, and then you become friends a little bit. Business is made on that, isn't it? Well, look at these big businesses. They haven't made it because of what they do. They made it because of the connections and the networking they've done.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. All comes back to word of mouth, doesn't it? No matter what you do.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah. It's one of my first ideas in Greece, that. Well, wordofmouth.com. It was going to be like, I come up with a plan to do a bit like what Check a Tradesman would at the time, because I was going on holiday.
What did you call it?
I originally bought Word of Mouth.
I thought there were another one.
Jobs are good one.
That's it, Jobs are good one. Yeah.
Yeah,
good that, it's a great
It's a spelling on some of them, but even though I could have built it at the time, it was a bit of a pipe dream, it was a big thing, but this is before Check a Trader and all them come out, because what it was I sat there and I was going on holiday. I needed a plaster or this and that. And with plastering, you can't just go and pick someone out of a book. Again, it's word of mouth with that, because it's different levels of plastering. And I was sat there, had a few beers with a missus, and we was in Greece, and I was looking for plasterers and all that. And I thought, you know what? I said, and at the time eBay were big, and you've got people putting stuff on there. Do you know what I mean? And it was John, funny enough, at Newell. A lot of his business selling, the office furniture stuff. He had just staff sat there pumping it onto eBay, which a lot of businesses were doing at the time, using it as a tool. And I thought, look at all these businesses, they're willing to put the time in, aren't they, to post it. I said, but then when I want someone doing in my house, I've still got to go round, and I didn't have the time to go and look for, a good build, a good, plaster or whatever I wanted, really. And I thought, it's the wrong way, this eBay, the way it's built, really. It should be you putting the job on there and the business is bidding for your work. Do you know what I mean? Because the businesses have got staff there who are constantly, have got the staff and they want to generate the work. So I thought, but yeah, it was about, oh God, early 2000, I think it were. When it occurred to me, and I was sat there, like I said, and I thought, you know, if you had something like an opposite of eBay, I was even spelling eBay backwards at the time, because you put the job on, and then obviously, I mean, it's old news now, everyone's doing it, but you put the job on, the businesses will then come to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You put your time frame, how much you're willing to pay, and let them bid, and you know, on your job, let them fight over you. And then you just come back off holiday, which was my plan, and then you've got, you know, half a dozen people there, and then you can read reviews on them. Like I said, there was a few names at the time. Busy Bid was one of them as well, I think we were going to call it. Businesses bidding on your work at the time. But like I said, I couldn't get my head around how you start something like that. Because you've essentially got to gather people who are going to put the work on there, who want the work, and then you've got to try and recruit businesses who are going to respond to them. Like I said, it's all done now, innit, with check trades and all that.
You're good at the creative thinking as well, innit? Like, apart from like doing the sort of structured, analytical, like, oh my God, Lee, stop boring me. You've got this really amazing, like, creative brain where you come up with ideas and stuff as well. Seems a bit weird. Like, I don't know, like you're either one or the other, aren't you?
I think when the good ideas come, you apply them to life, like I did then. Away on holiday, didn't have the time, and then everyone was on eBay, you know, and you had to scroll through. I mean, eBay's, like I said, for buying products, you won't forget a plaster, but, you know, it was up to me to scroll through eBay looking for something, say, if I wanted something, when really...
But did you not get more excited about the idea, but
but
then actually building it?
But then building it was daunting then, thinking, wait a minute, once you actually, like any piece of software, people think it's simple, once you start looking at all the policies and how it's got to behave and everything else, it's not a one-man job, is it? You know what I mean?
Massive, that.
Yeah, even old stuff, when we've talked about doing little apps, you know, people don't understand all the intricate stuff. They just think it works. Do you know what I mean? Well,
what do you enjoy doing more, coming up with the idea or actually getting into the flow of doing it?
The problem is, if I did come up with the idea and got someone else to do it, I probably wouldn't be happy. It's like, how many times could I go to a programmer knowing probably they could, someone writing in a different language, won't say that I'm not familiar with, or, you know, I'm a novice in, say, might take me longer, but I'd rather build it myself. You know, it's like, what do you say? You used to have meetings and, you know, coming away from the rubbish WordPress sites, which, you know, I hate because of the vulnerability and security issues. They create more work for me than anything WordPress sites, didn't they? You know, constantly hacked and stuff. And, you know, and there's a reason why you get all the free plugins on marketplaces. You get nothing for free, do you? There's always hidden agendas. I forgot where to go on with that, man.
Yeah, just about like the building, the exciting part of either doing the creativity or when you actually come to building it, it's like, I wonder how you get excited about building something like the software you're doing. Are you more excited about coming up with the idea, or are you excited when you're actually putting this software together and it's working and then it's earning?
A bit of both, really. The idea excites me, but the problem is, again, I run away with it in my head, don't I? And I get that many ideas in my head of what it can do and where it can be. You know, I mean, then I never build it usually because it becomes daunting instead of just taking it in small steps. You know, phase one, do this and that. So then it starts to get a bit daunting then.
You just could, like, can you let go of it? Can you not come up with the idea and then just give it to someone and go, right, okay, see that through?
I suppose I could a little bit. I think that's where we're going at about with that one, getting someone else to do it. But yeah, I could oversee it, I think. I've never really, it's quite a lonely place, programming, really. I've never really been in an industry where, you know, I couldn't imagine, you know, with GitHub and now and the way everyone can collaborate on stuff and manage versioning and stuff like that, I don't know how I'd work as a team. I could work as a two-man thing and bat ideas, but I don't know, you know, like you were doing it one week, I pick up and take up where you left off and stuff like that. I find that quite difficult to let go of. That's probably why when we, like, so we got this place and letting go was quite hard for me. For you, delegating was all right. For me, it wasn't, because I used to have that mindset of by the time I've explained it, I could do it myself. Sort of attitude, and I've only learned to let go of that, Anna, really. Probably since Sian's been here, like I said, because she's good.
Yeah. How has that been for you, like being a boss and working as a team? Having, you know, because people sort of rely on you. Well, how's that been? Is it a lot of pressure on you?
No, it's not pressure. No, it's not. Is it? I think it's different, really, because in here now we're more design led, aren't we? Like I said, not many people know the bits, you know, I do, and especially with the program, like I said, we only have a selected number of clients really now that we do that heavy stuff for, don't we? So I don't really have much to manage now, do I, really? I just letting go is the thing for me, or like I said, I've told you the story I know about, you know, if you're in love with a certain, I mean, like you teaching Gaz, you know, if you're in love with something, you can't necessarily teach it either, because you overcomplicate, like you just said before, I go on about it or whatnot, and I've learned to sit back and let people discover, you know, find their own way, don't you? You just give them a little bit to bite onto or latch onto, and then let them find their own way, let them make their own mistakes and stuff like that. But when we first started, even going back with Joe and stuff like that, and I think, again, it could be my OCD. I feel like I've got to sit down with them and do everything with them. So, like, you could always let Gaz go, I think. But I think you spend a lot more time with Gaz. I'd like to think it was because it's a different thing, and design, I wouldn't say design's easier, because it's not. But I just think it's the way I was, I think. I don't know. Do you not have that mindset? You could do it yourself?
I think maybe for starting out, but I realised that Gaz is better than me. But I know without sound what it's like. I'm good with that. I'm cool with that. And I'm like, I've got into a certain point where I've kind of taught him everything that I kind of know to a degree, whatever the fuck that is, and just kind of go, right, okay, mate, now it's your sort of time. Where I love branding, I love getting on it and doing, you know, like the dough, but then Gaz giving me that, and I'm just thinking, fucking hell, taking this to another massive level. He's so good at what he does now, so good at what he's. I'm just like, why would I fucking do it when I know he's better? I can just give my 2 penneth for whatever that is. It's hard from your point of view, mate, because your skill set is a lot higher than
but
mine.
it never started like that, did it? You know, it was started in websites because obviously the age, you know, what was out at the time. Websites were what I started in, wasn't it? Like we've chatted about music, haven't we? And where I started with music, and then built websites through music, because that's where music was moving to, online. And then, you know, from there, you know, doing stuff for my dad, you know, again, word of mouth stuff, websites. Then I met John at Nuo with Anthony. He got me the first e-commerce site I built, which you used to have to build from scratch. Completely no
WordPress.
No WordPress were out then.
From scratch?
Yeah, so he built it from scratch. The full thing from, like, you know, a back-end system. You know, I think the payment was PayPal back in the day. There was no abandoned cart and all that mithering stuff that you get now. Yeah. You know what I mean? It was literally... That's the way it was, because there was a lot of POS systems. Yeah. You know, a lot of companies had POS systems that you couldn't take your products online. You know, like I said, I went to London doing a bit. Actinic, I think, was one of the first companies that made a POS system where you could press a little publish button on it and it published it via XML to the web, and then you would list XML as like a CSV table structure thing, and then you'd list your products. So I built Nuo's first e-commerce site.
That must have been a beast.
I named Nuo, actually, I think. Did I?
Did you?
Yeah, it was called New News Office Furniture. But we made it Nuo, didn't we? Did you do it? I do it, I can't remember.
You did.
Yeah, I remember the logo I did back in the day for it. But yeah, that was the first one. Did one for Anthony. Then I did the bits for that fishing company, because my dad was into fishing, wasn't he? So fishing for England and stuff. So did not Shakespeare. Shakespeare was a big fishing brand at the time. He had a warehouse in Bacup doing his own brand, and we used to do the magazines for that and stuff, and then built a website for the back of that. I think what else was after that. Like I said, went down to London, did that course, and like I said, that guy retired, a guy I met down there on a course and gave me all his clients. Yeah, I remember. And I inherited them. A lot of them were WordPress sites, which I was a bit reluctant to do. But I started with WordPress. We did a few WordPress sites, didn't we? I didn't start WordPress. WordPress come about. WordPress was a blogging site. It was never intentionally meant for what it's used for now. But, you know, the free marketplace, people have just basically, not abused, it's the wrong word, but took advantage of it, let's say, and made all these plugins for it to do other stuff. But I'm still not a fan of it.
On Magento.
Yeah, Magento was more advanced, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Was that Man Up? Yeah. We built Man Up in Magento. That's because of the inventory system and stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah, in every second of that.
Do you know what? It's still going, which I don't know why. Because it is sort of one of them old, it might have moved on, it was sort of them old transitional pieces of kit that were to work with a physical system in a factory and be an e-commerce website at the same time. There's a lot of caching issues of it, wasn't it? That's what it was. Building template caches and stuff. Things have moved on so much now.
Yeah, then Shopify came out, didn't it?
The problem with all them now, they're good, but they take a strain on your profit margin, don't they? There's a lot of companies, who start start Shopify, and then realise, wait a minute, everyone wants a piece of the pie. You've got the merchant fees, you've got Shopify fees, then you've got, look at that Bold one we use for kitchen, who was doing a subscription, and they want a piece of it, and it's not really fair on the customer. That. You know what I mean? It's getting better, but gone are days where you build a custom one now, unless it's bespoke stuff like what I do, things like that. Even that's
You say it's quite rare what you do now.
Well, it's not a dying thing, is it? But I like when there's 3 or 4 systems who all talk to each other. You know what I'm like I said, going back to Athelis and dealing with what they had in place at the time for marketing and memberships and stuff. Getting them all to work together is quite a rare thing. It's a lot easier now, things like Zapier and stuff, and APIs and things like that. But years ago you didn't have all them. You know what I mean? Like I said, Actinic was one that I used, and just even making simple things that used to just read FTP files, One, you basically dump a spreadsheet in a place online and get another system to read that spreadsheet at night. That was the only way of transferring data and stuff back in the day.
Do you like doing?
I like data. I think is what I do like.
That's what I was going to say to you. Do you like the business?
When I did websites, not that sort of data. Yeah, I mean it's okay that, but I like dealing with big database sort of structures and stuff like that. I think. Like I said to you before, I've always been a maths person, so I like black and white, I like answers. English was never my strong point. There's too many opinions on English, isn't there? And people's views on it and what's right and what's wrong.
Is that why you don't like spirituality? You just don't like the unknown? Spirituality?
Yeah, I think.
Like crystals and that?
Oh, what do you mean spirituality in that way? What, like believing in something or?
Well, you know what I mean? Well, just like...
People label everything too easy now, though, don't they? As soon as there's a name on it, people just think, oh, right, that's it. You know what I mean? I don't have to do anything about it.
I mean like meditation and like breathing and stuff.
I don't know. I think as you get older, people want to do all that anyway because it's just something they've never done before. Breathing's good. If I want breathing, I'd be dead, wouldn't I? Can't say I don't like breathing. Sick of everyone wanting a pat on the back every time they do something though. The thing is, I don't want to say the mental health thing, don't go down that road.
Don't go down. No, let's not talk about that. Let's not talk. I think one of the best stories I know we said on the last podcast was when Charlotte, when she first started, and she offered you a piece of chocolate, and you walked past her, and she, do you want a piece of chocolate, Lee? No, it's Bourneville. I don't give a fuck who it is. And you walked up. I know, but she didn't know. That was sense of humour. It's so dry.
Every time we got new staff in, it'd be like, "Oh, have you met Lee yet? Go and spend a minute with Lee." Like that, and they'd be dead scared. And they all come to me now because I tell them how it is. Not in a bad way. But
I think it's just because you're so honest, mate. Do you know what I mean? Straight. It's what I love about you the most is like you don't mix your words. You say it straight. And I know we said it last time because of. Life short, especially with your dad and stuff like that. And it's like
where they come from.
It's important
because everyone has a bit of a face they put on, I suppose. But yeah, with me, like I said, it was losing my dad and bloody how it affected me, which I didn't think it would, because I just don't connect in that way with emotion. Don't get wrong, you get upset, but like I said, when I got that anxiety, days before the funeral, sorting the funeral out, and then realising I'm not in control of my own body, it was a shock to me. I was an heart attack. Like I said, we've spoken about it. And
well, that's mental health, that though, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I believe now you can't lock anything up. Even though I didn't realise at the time I was locking stuff up, I was worried about what the days ahead with my mum and my dad's other missus and stuff at the time, and how they were going to be a log ahead maybe at the funeral. But I was just working, like I said, on the desk like this 2 days before, and then felt like I couldn't breathe. And like I said, crawled to the phone, got my sister, got took to hospital. And then it was just down to a panic attack. I never had one before, but never seen it coming because to me I wasn't worried. Obviously I was dreading the day, but I wasn't worried. I didn't think it was affecting me that much.
Yeah.
And that's when I realised, I can't have that feeling anymore. I don't get anxiety anymore, but that's probably why I do speak pretty bluntly because I find I get it out, and then I've always lived by that. As long as I'm true to myself and everything comes out, and I've got no regrets, and I think you're healthier inside. To be honest, there's a lot to be said about that thing.
I think there is as well.
Yeah, not bottling it up. It's only words. like I said, innit? Like we spoke about, you know, never used to hug my mum. I tell my mum I love her because I was that sort of, I love my mum, but I never hug it, never show that emotion. It's only till I seen, like I said, my best mate do it a lot. Used to make me feel uncomfortable when he'd try and hug me or something, you know. And I'd be like going like that. Whereas now I think, you know, what does it matter? Like I said, I don't like falseness. Yeah, I don't like it unnecessarily hugging someone you've never really seen before, you know, because I don't do it with my own mum. But then I tell my mum I love her now and I go, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's weird. But again, bottling it up, yeah, I can't do it now. I think that's why I'm blunt. I suppose scared of that feeling again, I think. Maybe. Don't know why I apply it to the littlest things, like.
No, I think it's the little things that add up and they compound if you don't.
Now.
Yeah.
I think people value it a lot. Like I said, it used to get me in trouble years ago, didn't I? Yeah. You know, back in the days of, you know, sort of the old school days and growing up, you know, where I grew up and stuff and being around all them, the gangsters and all that. And people used to pull me and go, you know, he's got a problem with you know what I mean? He thinks, you know, because I'd not been overly friendly, we'd go and get a sauna with, like I said, people and stuff. And my mate used to pull me and used to go, you know, like, basically, thinking this guy's got a problem with you because you've not necessarily been over friendly with him, you know what I mean? Because everyone was hugging him and all this and people like that. But I weren't like that. But everyone I've ever been like that who said that persona of me, a complete opposite and close friends of mine now. They always wouldn't do anything, you know what I mean? They respect me massively for it because I'm not false. I still help anybody. Don't have to sit there and hug you. I don't have to hug you before that.
No.
It's weird, isn't it? I
don't
don't
know.
gain respect like that. I don't know. Time and place for hugging, I think. People do it too openly.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm a hugger, mate. I like to hug.
Yeah, but you do too much, you don't mean anything when you hug your mum. I don't know. It's like that French fucking thing where they kiss each cheek and all that bullshit, don't they? What is it when they kiss each cheek?
What do you mean? That's how people greet each other in other countries,
I'm
like.
comfortable with that.
What is bad, isn't it?
Yeah, I do. It's a time and place. I don't know, if someone comes up to me and starts wanting to hug me or be dead over friendly, I think, what's his game? That's what I'd be thinking. I feel see falseness in it. That's when you meet people like, you know, and they're over.
I get it. Gaz is the same. And I get it. I do get it. But I do feel like you miss out on some really nice connections with people. But, I mean, that's me just saying it. I am a little bit like... I think in the clouds.
Yeah, everyone I've ever dealt with, and I've always been this way, I've got really... I know there's a lot of people I've helped and a lot of people that I've got relationships with now who I haven't necessarily had that connection with at first. They've been like that with me, or I've been a bit like that, with them. Yeah. But we've got a really good bond, you know what I mean? And, you know, they ring me at any point. I've got that same relationship, I can ring somebody else, you know, we've got a really good connection. But it's earned a little bit over time. It's not just about hugging someone and, you know, they smile.
Hey, mate, I get it. I mean, I think a lot of people got more respect for you than they have for me. And I totally understand that. And I think that's because of that. Because I'm all like hugs and like, like what? But then you start ringing me, I'm not answering. Do you know what I mean? I haven't got the time for that.
You tell people what they want to hear sometimes.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm a bit different. I mean, I wish I wasn't as pessimistic as I was, but I get that from my mum. Thanks, mum.
Thanks, mum. Thanks, Bernie.
My mum's caffeine tea all day.
But yeah, fucking hell. I know it comes, we need to get them slippers, didn't we? We promised it, didn't we? We get some Tim Marner slippers. And isn't it mad that we've not got them? We need to do that and then do a video about it.
Not been getting slippers?
Yeah, getting Bernie some slippers. It's a bit of a milestone, that. It's got to be, like I said, it's over 10 years that we were at your mum's. Sat on the little fucking dining room table at the back. Fucking them dogs from Lithuania that she got. What was he called? That Kimmy.
Still going, that.
Is it?
Yeah, small one died. Little Jack Russell like someone around.
Yeah.
Growling at you,
yeah.
You have LB then? You always had LB, hadn't you?
Yeah, I had LB,
You didn't bring him to the house with
No. You stayed with my mum when I came up.
Yeah, because I never remember at the house and my mum.
Yeah,
she's still going strong.
Yeah, I saw my mum yesterday and walked into the bedroom where I was. Just like, what the fuck?
You still got your room at your mum's?
No, it's like she turned it into I don't know, she's like a wardrobe, walk-in wardrobe. But I was just sort of like stood in there just thinking, fucking hell. Wow, all right.
It's funny with me because I've got a bit of disconnect with that because obviously I moved out, I had my own house, and then come back. I went to my auntie's actually, because me and my mum, we were close, but I'd always found it a bit more comfortable at my auntie's. My auntie was like my sister, in similar interests and stuff. And but then obviously I went back to my mum's just before I bought my other house, and So I was in a different room, not my old room where my decks used to be, and I had speakers everywhere.
Yeah.
The thing I regret was I got into a phase of doing wood when I was a kid.
What?
Like DIY for my mum and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Woodwork, wood helping out. So, and I must have cladded nearly 80% of her house. The bathroom was like a sauna, and it was probably only the last 6 years she got a builder in it. Knock it down.
Really?
All my family hated after, because at the time I was just good. So my mum would have a bit, she'd go shopping like mums did, and she'd have an idea and go, yeah, I'll build that. So like we used to clad half of it up, everywhere, on the stairs and all that. And like I said, the bathroom, I just made it like a sauna. I think it's because I go to the gym a lot of the time. It wasn't a sauna, we just wooded it top to bottom. And my sister used to go mad over the years, Jamie, my brother-in-law, he used to be always like calling me over it, because like it was only like probably about 5 years ago she'd ripped it down. You know what I mean? High glossed everywhere and all that, the wood. It was literally like a sauna. And you've probably seen it when you was at my mum's, to be honest. So yeah, I went through a phase of doing DIY my mum's. Putting decking up and everything.
You don't not remember that time? Can you kind of...
What, can I not remember it?
Well, not remember it, but like kind of look back on it and just go, fucking hell, look at, we were there and now we've got this. Or you're just never content with that, you
never enough for me.
Yeah.
What you want? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know, you've always liked your minions, I think, to a degree. I think that's your rate of success, I think.
Yeah.
Not because you like to control them. I just mean like, you look down, not down in that way, but and then look, stand back and look at something.
Yeah.
And go, look at this, what we've created.
Yeah.
Whereas I was used to doing it myself.
Yeah.
So I'd probably always value my success, probably on money, which is probably wrong. Now I don't as much, it's more...
You have got a problem with relying on other people.
Not that I don't trust
You don't, Lee. There's that many times where I've said, I'll do that for you, and you've done it yourself. I'm just trying to think. I'm talking personally. I'm not talking about that. Fuck that. I'm talking about personal things. Where your car's been in a service or something. I go, Lee, I'll come and... Do you know what I mean? You don't like relying on other people. I don't like
handouts as well, I've helped people with stuff, financial bits and bobs in the past and done stuff, and I don't like taking anything back. It's weird, I feel dead uncomfortable, even a drink or something. Someone gets me a drink or all like that. Ruth and Belle do it a lot, you know what I mean? When you go out for a meal, they'll treat you and stuff, and I'm dead uncomfortable with that. I don't know what it is, but yeah, it's funny that. Yeah, people say, do you want a lift here? No, I'm alright. I don't know why I'm like that.
I've always helped people. You're the most reliable person that I know. If I got something and I'm like, fuck me, I'm like in the shit, I'm like, you're the first person that I'm ringing.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, 1,000,000%.
He was stuck in the shit.
Yeah, stuck in the shit. I'm like, Lee. Yeah, isn't it mad that? You're the first person that comes to my mind, mate, to get me out of shit.
You're not the only one. I mean, I have a couple of people like that. But you're not the only ones like that, I think. But that's what I said about closeness, like someone, my best mate or people like that. I've got that connection with people. I don't need to see them all the time, but if they ring up this, they want you, there's something wrong. I've got a couple of people like that in my life. But that's what I mean. A lot of people do ring me up for that straight answer sometimes, or straight talk. I don't know everything. You know what I mean? Like I said, you rang me soon, you got stuck in the mud, didn't you?
Yeah.
I was cursing you all the way down there.
Well, why can't you rely on other... Why?
I don't know, it's funny you should say it, because people will say that. People offer me something or like that. I know. It's not like I never do think about it. I always go, no, I'm alright, I don't know.
Because you think they're going to let you down?
No, I don't want for anything. I think I've always thought, like, I remember years ago, I'd always give, my last whatever money to somebody. Yeah.
Nobody knows that about you, do you? Because you come off the
I always think I'll always be alright. I don't give a fuck who it is. I'm always alright.
Yeah.
So you don't look at yourself. I think sometimes it's wrong because even like your own family, you think, like, I could go and help a random person when I should be helping, say, my mum or something. Maybe you take that for granted, don't you, a bit?
Yeah, I get
loads of occasions like that. Well, like I said, it's funny, people do, like I said, this trivia as a lift. And I go, nah, I'm alright. I mean, my roof offered me that place for my birthday last year and stuff, and I felt uncomfortable with that, and because they're kind, aren't they, kind people?
Yeah, lovely.
I do feel comfortable with that. It's weird. I don't know why though.
I think it's your biggest flaw, that.
Yeah, maybe. But I don't know why I do it. There's no agenda. I just feel like
you know why? Because like once you've done something to someone else, they're going to come up and hug you and go, thanks for that, Lee, and then hug you, and you'll be like,
no, because
get off me.
That's the wrong way around. If someone was giving me, I'd have to hug them if they would do something for me. Yeah, it's the wrong way around.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So all I can think of in my head is going back to when I've helped people before. family members, anything like that, and I don't want anything in return.
Yeah.
Because I always think I'll be alright. Like, instead of money out like that, I mean, I'm not rolling in it, but I could easily, like, if I was short, give me last bit I've got to be bank to somebody if they really needed it. Knowing I'll manage, I always do, and that's the way I think, like that, I think. Don't know. It's funny because Ruth said that to me years ago, we want to know and stuff. She said, you should be worth a bloody millions, everything and all that. And I probably have, for being Mr. Nice Guy, probably turned a lot of stuff down.
That's why I'm your business partner, aren't I? You know what I mean? I saw it. And I was like, shit.
No, but
let me drag him down. I'll drag him down to my level.
People who make money are usually got to be a bit of ruthlessness to them, I think. Without crossing the line. I don't know. I said I'd probably give mine away, but help putting other people.
But that's what you'll be known for. Like I said, so many people that respect for you.
It boils down to Happy and Amy, so I don't feel bad, you know what I mean? I'm scared of that not being in control again.
Yeah.
I think that always haunts me a little bit. Not that I go around doing good deeds, it's well before that, that's just in my nature.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I told you that story, like someone that fight years ago, and there'd be a kid that used to be calling me all the time, and I'd finally get him in a corner, I'd give him a crack, and then I'd feel bad for it, you know what I mean? And then I walked away because I've stopped myself from doing anything really bad, and then, they're calling me 5 minutes away, and I think, I just do that. Like I said, in fights, I used to have to wait to be hit first, just so I felt, what's the answer, what's the question, sort of, it was the right thing to do, sort of to retaliate. I wanted that bit of acknowledgement, so I had to wait to be hit first.
Yeah.
And then I could just go then, without any sort of guilt, you know what I mean? It's weird, I think.
What are you excited for coming up? What? I know we talked about the farm, we talked about a plot of land. Are you on board with this?
I'm on board with it. I just hope the plot of land's not there just to bury us by the time we get there.
It could be as well.
We're not putting coffins together as well.
What would excite you more, a farm or a plot of land with doing the container things on it?
What was the first option?
A farm with animals.
I've got a farm of animals.
Just love animals, like goats and stuff like that, and little pigs. Them tiny little pigs with llamas and alpacas and... obviously getting someone to run the farm,
like a bit of
but there's a gym on there.
I'd like a bit of, I'm not about the animals as such, but I'd rather a bit of space, like you said, with a bit of, everyone wants to be like Google, don't they? Where they got the endless money and no minds, being able to just be who they are and stuff. But, you've got a business to run, haven't you? But containers and stuff, you can idea something a bit, out there in terms of a bit more like a creative space, I suppose, isn't it? Really?
So you're not against animals? You're just saying that you'd rather plot of land, containers, and then just a space for animals.
Yeah, someone's not got a landlord ringing up.
Oh yeah.
No,
we'll buy.
Cow shit. You need more than a little bag for that stuff.
I'd like us to be our own landlords. So if there is shit, nobody shouts at me.
Like I said, I think manage is the way forward. We get this sorted out. Like I said, get it passed to everybody, get everyone using it.
If there was a certain animal that you'd like on this plot, what animal resonates with you the most?
Simple as a dog.
That's it.
I do love dogs, I just don't get the time to have one myself. Everyone loves dogs, don't they?
Yeah.
Everyone does. I just never know I'd have the time for one, that's why I don't get one.
When are we 10 years limited?
Probably coming up to the end of this year. Debatable that, actually, because we said 2014, so I don't know. You can't really include that year or not. I don't know. We'll just class it as this year.
Yeah, we'll class it.
It's 24 anyway, then, isn't it? It's 2014, so we'll class it. The 1st of January.
That sound.
Probably 10 years. Then.
What are we doing for it?
Nando's.
Like it.
Looking now. Not the dolphin emotions.
Do you remember the dolphin emotions?
We need
Marine, zoo, marine. That's why we went, zoo, marine, the dolphin emotions. I mean, you were just there and we're on the big screen. Just two partners. Two partners.
You didn't realise we looked gay. Yeah, you keep introducing me as your partner. That didn't help. We didn't know each other that well as well.
No.
When we front you all night. We had them 2 single beds in that room.
Oh, good
Didn't
times.
have any doubts. How many times I get pulled about that?
Yeah, loads.
Bentham, in that cafe.
Yeah.
Where's your gay friend with the dog? I used to get that all the time. I don't know why you got that persona. But I must admit, it probably happened about 20, 30 times, and we used to just have our little walks and, you know, do our stuff like that. You know, come with
Where's your gay friend with the dog, or just where's your partner?
No gay friend.
Oh, just a friend. We weren't together.
I don't know, but they just.
Or did you put him straight and say he's gay, but we're not together? Is that what you're saying?
No, the main one I remember was like, so it was Ben from in that cafe. You'd been up a week before in the caravan, hadn't you? And we'd come back. And
yeah.
Someone said, "Where's your friend with the dog?" I don't know if you know. Don't know what it was.
I don't know. It's just I've got a lavish lifestyle, haven't I?
In the industry, he was with the models and photography. You think with the opposite, wouldn't you? But
yeah.
He did it right though, didn't you? I'd never been in that game, you know what I mean? It could be a seedy thing, and I think you did it as well, really.
Appreciate it, mate.
You're very professional, weren't you?
I knew that from the start.
The girls like working with you for that reason. There's no one, you know. It made me realise, you know, how you know,
professional I can be.
No, but yeah, but how not seedy space it is, really. 90% of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you said to me, you just don't. You get that one bad reputation in that game, and you're knackered, aren't you?
Knackered. Yeah. Knackered.
It's easily abused, isn't it?
Yeah. It's another 10 years, mate, eh?
Hey?
Another 10 years.
Another 10 years?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to name an alpaca after you.
An alpaca? Are the ones that spit?
Yeah.
Fucking him riding to work on an alpaca.
Can you ride them?
I don't know. Big enough, aren't they?
Oh no, llamas are the big ones, aren't they? Alpacas are the little ones.
Is.
Yeah. I want to do some research and go to farms and just see what kind of thing, and just send you a list. Or a task list on manager where you can tick it off.
Let's get containers first.
Right, so thanks for listening, everybody. Goodbye.
Tim Marner, what, you're branding with the best. Tim Marner, what, you're branding with the best.